Hi guys, hi friends. Welcome to Shiko Hope TV USA. My name is Shiko Hope, and this is where we stay. Never give up and never lose hope. We give you hope and we tell you inawezekana, and for sure inawezekana. Today is a new day. We have a guest in the house. Today is the day that we interact and we hear experiences from other people. And guys, before we get into the interview, if you are new here, welcome to this channel. Give this video a thumbs up, comment below, and let me know that you are new, and I will heart your comment. If this is not your first time here, welcome back. This is your home, and this is where all of us belong. Now, without so much, let me introduce my guest so we can know him better and he can share his experience with us and we will learn from him and from his experience. Let me bring him up. There he go. Hello, hello.
Hello, how are you, Hope?
I'm good. Welcome to Shiko Hope TV USA.
Thank you so much. I'm honored
Thank
to
you for
be here.
coming.
I appreciate that.
Yes, now let us know you. Who are you? And let us know you.
Okay, so my name is Ernest Boniface Makulilo, and I go by EBM. I'm originally from Tanzania, and I've been here in the US for 13 years now. And I'm also a YouTuber, EBM Scholars. You're going to be able to see the background there. It's a EBM Scholars channel, so you can be able to find me there. Yes.
Yes, thank you for that wonderful introduction.
Yes.
You are not new in here. You are not new in this channel. We know you even if we know you in quotes, you know.
Exactly. Thank you.
Yes, this family is big. You are also part of this family and we appreciate that.
Thank you.
Now, in this channel, Shiko Hope TV USA, we give hope. Most of our people are back in Africa and their dreams is to come to America.
Yes.
And we give them hope and we tell them inawezekana. Can you tell them inawezekana or is it like that?
Yeah, inawezekana.
Good. Now, tell us how it can wezekana. How is it possible to come to America and to thrive here? How did it happen? How did your journey started?
Okay, so my journey might be a little bit different from others because when we talk about coming to America, many people, they think, about green card lottery, which is the most common now, famous way people know that is the way of coming to America. But myself, I didn't come to America through green card lottery. I applied the green card lottery for over 5 years. I didn't win. So, so for me, I came through education opportunities. I came to America as a Fulbright scholar, which is a US government scholarship program. Within Fulbright, there are so many branches within. So my particular program was to come to teach African culture and the Swahili language in particular at the university level. And that program has for people from all countries around the world to come to America to teach their languages and culture. But also there is a Fulbright for masters and a PhD. There is a Fulbright for teachers to come here for 6 months, something like that. So there are different aspects of the same Fulbright. And how you get it, you go to the US Embassy website in your country. For Kenyans, if we talk of particular Kenyans and Tanzanians are coming to teach Swahili here. So in my year, when I came 2008, there was 1 Kenyan and 12 Tanzanians, because usually it was Tanzanian only Swahili. Now they are starting taking some Kenyans for Swahili. So now it's about half kind of that. So, but there are also for masters, PhD, and other programs. You get through US Embassy website under the education and culture. If you go there, there are so many scholarship opportunities. You can be able to come. So for me, I come through that way. That's how I come. But it didn't start from today. I want to go to America. I prepared myself, and the decision to say that I will go to America, live in America, become an American citizen, I made that decision while I was in the 5th grade primary school.
So it was a dream coming true, right?
You come here by accident. So Yeah, so for me, I had the plan in 1994, 1995 is when I said I will go to America and live my life in America. Yes, I was a child. Maybe it might look like a childhood dream, but I insisted from that moment. And every move I made, for me by that time, I only knew one way to come to America was through education. I didn't know Rotary was not there at that time. There was not much of the internet. So for me, I was so much focused on education, get good grades, and then I'll come here through my brain. That was number one. And obviously, I have to find what are the ways will be distraction for me to block them out. I don't know about other people, but for my situation, it might look funny. I believe love affairs has destroyed the dreams of so many people who were planning to come to developed world. Because at one point when you fall in love, you can see New York is just like in Nairobi. You can see Texas, Texas is just like going to Kisumu or going to Dar es Salaam. Is not. So for me, I knew like, yes, I might fall in love and then I can forget my dreams because I saw some other people who had opportunities, even in scholarship, they didn't go because they're in love. Maybe say, who if you live there, I'm not going to live alone, whatever. So for me, I can't say I will never date any person until I reach to my destination because for me it was a distraction. Other people, they can do both, but that didn't work for me. So I was very, very focused. Get good grades, get a scholarship. So
come to America.
Yes, I applied for. I knew sometimes it is difficult to come direct to America. I knew that. So I didn't just say it must be USA. So I also looked for other opportunities. I knew about going to Europe. I knew about going to Canada. So I had to find all other ways I can go to other countries. But that will be just a detour to come to the final destination on the greatest country on the planet Earth, United States of America.
Wow. So you had this dream when you were a small boy, 5th grade.
Yes, yeah.
And the dream came true how many years later?
It was 2008 when
all the way from 1994.
Yes, so because I was primary school, then I finished. I went to high school, junior high school in Tanzania. We go to O-level ordinary secondary school 4 years after primary, then 2 years for high school. So 6 years for secondary school. So I was still there. In 2004, I finished my high school. So I was supposed to start my college 2005. You have to say 1 year. Between the time of waiting 1 year, I got one opportunity. At that time, there are so many other opportunities. Was to go to Canada. But that opportunity delayed. I mean, I was late because, among other things, I didn't get a passport on time. Tanzania was changing on one type of passport to go to another passport, and it was delayed on some reasons, so the opportunity went away. So I went direct to the university at that time, but with the aim of knowing now this is the time, good GPA, and coming to America. So while I was in my second year, finishing my second year, going to third year, that is the time I got this scholarship. So I got this scholarship. I was in my final year of school. So I knew I'm taking my final exam. Then from which date I'll be flying to come to America to teach at the university level.
So for you, you did not tarmac for work. You were very lucky.
For me, I used to teach like teaching at the school. I get paid while I was still, because I started teaching like high school schools or tuition, whatever. So I've been my life, I've been doing that one. So even if, let's say, I graduated and I waited in the street, I could not just wait. I could be able to have jobs, but it might not be a job because I studied political science. So I might not get direct the job I wanted, but just the job like maybe teaching or doing something, I was able to do that. And for instance, for me, I didn't start YouTube. I started blogging back 2007. That's when I opened my blog. So about scholarship, everything, this what I'm talking now, I've started talking about these kind of issues back in 2007, but many people didn't believe it because they say, if it's true, why are you still here? It's a challenge for others to believe sometimes, only you while you were there.
But for you, you had hope, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And you are saying this one, it is possible, and I will go to America.
Yes.
And then you landed to America.
Yes.
Now, tell us about America at first. How was it?
So there is a very big difference between someone who is coming to America now, like you came recently, versus my time. The reason being, the time I was coming to America, Facebook was starting. But before that, there was no really social media, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. There are no such social media. So the accessibility of knowing what is going on is either you have to email someone, or if it's a chat, you have to do the Yahoo Messenger chat, or back in the time of MySpace or High Five. It was back in the day. So there was not much of connection like right now. At the time I was coming, the nature of the development and the exposure, these nice 5-star hotel Western culture were not a lot, especially in East Africa. You cannot find a burger, you cannot find maybe pizza. There are no such kind of things. There is no, yes, there are these nice hotels, but you could never access those hotels. But now any person can decide, oh, let me go to stay today. I can go to stay 2 days in the hotel, even a college student. But the amount of money I could pay to go to sleep one day in the hotel, Kilimanjaro Hotel or Kempinski back in the day, it is my entire food allowance for the entire semester. So obviously I would not be able to do that. So the time was coming, there was I didn't have much of the exposure about the level of technology or the accessibility of most of the Western food, or the accessibility of just being in the nice hotels, kind of that. And I've never been to any type of flight at that particular time. Different from now, people can fly from Nairobi to Meru 1 hour, you just drive there for 50 minutes. It's just affordable for other people. So you get used to that. So I want to give that, like, there is that kind of difference. So my first exposure into American culture was a little bit different. And it might look like a different, but the principle which I'm going to explain, it doesn't matter whether you came at that time or you come at this time. There are certain things you have to make sure that you understand. So for instance, as I said, like, number one, when I came, there was not much exposure of that nature. So I came through education opportunity. It's not as a student, you come as a faculty. So you're coming to teach at the university. So you cannot just, like, certain things you have to pretend you know them, because you are just already, you are here in the US, they call it professor. So that is another challenge on one way or another. So you cannot be a professor and your intelligence cannot be, even a 2-year-old can be able to know most American things than you. So there are certain things you have to pretend, kind of that. So the funny part, the first cultural shock, because I flew from Dar es Salaam, Zurich, Los Angeles, California, after an hour, whatever, 2-3 hours, then San Francisco at Stanford University. We were there for 1 week. So all Fulbrighters were just like 25 people, different countries from Africa. So we just arrived in the evening. So in the morning, so there are some Nigerians from other countries. So we started talking. How did you take shower? Because there are some people, they took shower because we didn't know how to take it, like the hot water, cold water. That's it. Now it's easy if you come now. So like someone, oh, I just use a cup and they just another, oh, it was so hot you cannot regulate it. Someone, cold water. Things we take like those one. So that was like the first initiation. In California, it's seamless. This is California. Then from there I moved to West Virginia. So where I was there for 1 year. So one of the biggest shock, yes, someone can tell you, but it's difficult to believe if you're in Africa, to believe that Americans, especially white people, are poor. And there are some, they cannot even have shoes. There is extremely poverty, people cannot believe it. And I was in the state which among there are 50 states in America, the bottom 3, 4, 5 states, one among is West Virginia. So I was in that state. So you give 25 cents to a homeless person, is saying, thank you, sir. I mean, it is a relief, but it's sad. But for me, I look like, you are American. If whenever you come to Africa, how people respect you. And do you know the opportunities you might have if you go overseas? And you speak like English, and you went to school like some people, but it's so challenging. So for me, that was the culture shock. It took longer to come to adjust, to understand, like, okay, the extent of capitalism is so hard. You can lose everything and completely get out of the grid, and people might not care. So that it took longer to adjust on that particular aspect. But the key issue for me, I didn't lose the focus because it was 1 year scholarship.
Mm-hmm.
What next after 1 year scholarship? I already told people two things. Pregnancy is 9 months. That's number one. If I'm going back to Africa, we have to learn from Barack Obama Sr. He went to Africa and left here a president here. So you never know. So that will be one number. If I'm going to Africa, I have to have that option. Or I have to find a way to stay in America. Legal ways. I don't want to tell people, oh, if I'm here, then you can just to go back, get into the train, move to another. No, there are legal ways you can be able to find. For me, it was through school. So I had to apply over 25 schools just to be a guarantee that I will stay here. So that's or just like my initial lifestyle of America.
So you became a student?
Yes. So after finishing 1 year teaching at the university, because I came with a bachelor degree, so it was from fall, August 2008 to May 2009. I finished that one on June 1st. I flew to end of May, I flew to Tanzania. I arrived June 1st in Tanzania. On June 2nd, I went to the US Embassy to get another visa. So from exchange visitor visa is a Fulbright to international student visa with a full scholarship of 60,000. So now I was moving to California to do my master's degree.
Wow. So now you came back now as a student? Yes,
I came as a student. That is not a green card yet.
Not yet, but you have all.
Yes. Yeah. So while as a student, my program was 1 year program because masters in US mostly are 2 years program. Mine was 1 year program because you had the option. You don't choose, but there are 1 year and 2 years. When you apply, they look on your resume and the background. They say if you have enough experience, they put you on 1 year. If you don't have much experience, you have to be in 2 years. So for me, with my experience, they put me in 1 year. So it is 1 year program. After finishing, you have to do the OPT, optional practical training. So if you do bachelor, master's, or PhD in the United States, when you graduate, they give you the opportunity to get work permit to work for full year. But if you're in the science engineering programs, you go to 18 months and you can extend a little bit if they can give you extra few months. So for me, I was doing masters in peace studies and conflict resolution. So while I was doing my masters, usually you have to have a goal what will be the next move from there. So for me, I was okay, I'm doing my masters. From my masters, I'm doing PhD. So that was goal there. And obviously I know everything about the scholarship. So I've already taken the exam when they are ready to apply, whatever. But at the same time, I know I'll be living in America for the rest of my life. I know that. So obviously I have to start a family. Then I had the opportunity to meet my wife currently. So I met my wife. So we started becoming friends. Then just we got engaged. So I got married with her while I was still a student.
Wow.
Almost like I got married on May 1st, 2010. And May 22nd was our graduation. So like 22 days before. But I didn't, after getting married, I didn't apply green card right away because I wanted to continue to be international student to get a full scholarship as international student. I didn't want to start going as a green card and then possible loan. I didn't want to be tempted to take any loan. So I didn't apply green card right away. I applied the green card. Even if I got married in 2010, I applied for green card end of 2011. Almost, I got my green card. It was almost October, November 2011. While I was going to 2012, beginning of 2012 is when I got my actual card.
Green card.
Yeah.
Wow. So now after getting your green card, now you are like permanent resident.
Yes. But for me, yes, I was permanent resident. But as I said, this is what I'm telling people many times. I didn't come to America just to be a normal person. If I want to be a normal person, I could do a lot of those normal things while I'm in Tanzania. Now could be a member of parliament, a corrupt African politician, I don't know. Or a pastor, something like that, to give me free money, I don't know. But the point is, I wanted to do great things. I want to go to the higher stages and to set up an example. So for that particular case, for me, just having green card, I know for sure I'm still limited with the opportunities. I could become a governor, I cannot become a mayor, I cannot become congressman. I need to follow opportunities. Even if I don't succeed them, I need to have them on my plate. And the time when I came to realize my green card is not enough, I got a job which will pay me. It was a 4-month contract. Per month, I was supposed to be paid almost $10,000 to go to teach Swahili to the US Army in Germany. They have there. So there are special program in German. I was supposed to fly to Germany. Everything went well, but when they see the green card, they say, yes, you are allowed to work in America. Yes, and when we are in that particular land, you are in America in that base. But if something happens, we'll get into international conflict with your country. You are not an American citizen.
What?
Yes. So I come to realize that I need to become American. I mean, obviously my dream was to become an American citizen, but to become an American citizen by green card by marriage, because I got a green card by marriage, you have to wait for 3 years of marriage. When you apply, they give you 2 years of green card, which is called the conditional green card. After 2 years, you start getting like the one lottery or any other person, they get 10 years. So when you get the 10 years, 1 year after, which will be 3 years of marriage, you are allowed to apply for citizenship. But any other ways of green card, you have to wait until any other 5 years. But so for me, obvious, at that time, I didn't know the value of being in the US military. Obviously, you have green card, you have masters, you are excited, I'm going to get any job in America. And you come to me and say, oh, I cannot get any job. So there are certain jobs I cannot get it. And I see them and they pay well. So I need to become an American citizen quicker.
Tell us.
One of the way is when the benefits of joining the US military are a lot. So this is my opinion, because I want to be here, to succeed, I have to find what are the benefits of serving in the US military. What are the shortcuts, but guarantees ways, which can make me reach at the top of my personal life. Because when you apply any job in America, one of the clauses will be ask a question, are you a US veteran?
Exactly.
Why is that? That is the question number one. Why is that US military? Yes, I know whenever we wear uniform, thank you, sir, whatever. My father-in-law served in the war, whatever. So, but why is that? So I came to realize, number one, if you served in the military and you don't have any crime while you're in the military, there is a discharge documents is called if you served with honorable, other than honorable general. But if you served without any problem, it is easier to get jobs. In the civilian world, any employer is giving priority to people in the military. That's number one. But when you go to the federal government, that is the best part. If the job says, we are looking for accountant, the minimum, because there is a minimum and then there is additional. The minimum requirements to become maybe accountant is a bachelor in accounting. But additional consideration are masters, CPA, 5 years of experience. Those are additional, but those are not minimum. Those are right. So if there are 100 people who have applied for that job, one person out of those 100 served in the US military with just a bachelor, doesn't have even 1 day of work experience, because the job says the minimum work experience, minimum is just a bachelor degree. If it says that way, I meet the minimum. So they will deny even someone with a PhD with 100 years of work experience, because number one, US government will give that job to the military personnel, because that man saved the country. Oh, so sometimes they don't get the job because of this one. So that's number one people have to see. So you come here, look, oh, job is very difficult. First of all, if you become a US citizen, number one, yes, because federal government jobs, you must be a US citizen. But even if you have a green card and you have served in the military, it is a good opportunity to get more opportunities, because once you are there, you get that kind of privilege. That's one benefit of being in the military. Another benefit of being in the military is the fact that no matter how many years you have been in America, for you are immigrant. You know that.
Yeah.
But
I'm an alien.
But no matter what, if Biden talks to me, he's talking to the veteran. I'm not recognized as an immigrant. I'm recognized as a veteran. The person who sacrificed his life to save the country. Whether he went to the war, he didn't go to the war.
You're a veteran.
So for that particular case, whenever you go to the job interview, people, they don't look for you as immigrant. They look for you as the person who was in the front line. So the game changed at that particular point.
Sure.
So for another reason for me wanting to join the military was to get that a front line of opportunities. The third other thing, join the military, you are given guaranteed citizenship within 6 to 8 weeks.
Pap, you and your family, right?
No, I mean my family. I mean you as the main person. The family was there for me. My wife was American, so my wife, if he's not his international student, obviously you as a US citizen, you will file for your wife, and within maximum 6 months will become a green card holder. So for me, yes, I was already married for 2 years at that time when I'm joining the military, but I cannot wait longer. I have to be a US citizen right away because I see the value.
Yeah.
So what is the best way? Join the military.
Join the military.
I will not explain the challenges and whatever, but just join the military. So I had to, for me, I have to develop, before I do any major decision, I have to develop the reason why I cannot quit. So obviously I want to become a US citizen. I will go join through that way. So I knew, like, I cannot wait for more years. Let me become a US citizen right now. So that is another reason why I want to join the military. But when we talk about American dream here, many people are referring someone to have a good job, someone to have a good income, someone to have a house, a home. When someone owns the home, that is part of the American dream. Yes, it is more about there are sometimes the spirit that I can do anything, whatever. All of this is American dream. But when it comes deep down, we are going to the actual economy and the personal to be able to access. But the home, that is one of the stability, people to see that I have the American dream. So how can I purchase a home? I have to find out.
Yes. To
pay down payment, minimum 20% of the price of the house. Where will I get 20,000, 50,000 to pay down payment?
Where
will you get it? For the American lifestyle, you get all the money goes to the bills. Thank God, if you join the US military, you serve in the military, you don't pay down payment.
Yes, you are very privileged.
So, for me, going to serve there, that means it's a free 20, 40,000, whatever I don't pay, I don't need to worry about it. It's a down payment. Okay, obviously I had a master's degree, but for people who don't have a degree, if you want to study bachelor, master's or PhD, will be paid off. Tuition, fees, and living expenses. So when you save, they give you what we call 36 months. So almost like 4 years, a full academic year is 4 years. So 36 months. So whether you take you take a 6 months, then you quit, whatever, you come back later, it is there. It used to be you must study within 15 years, but now it has been removed. This forever. So whatever, for me, since I got out, I took some of the courses, I got some money, but I still have over like 25 months. So if I decided like I want to get like 1,000 extra, I can start doing some online courses and one course in the college. So I don't want to use it now. I can use it even later because I don't want to and get another education because I have education. Because people are struggling to get student loan here. So if you go there, it is a guarantee your tuition and fees will be paid off, and they give you, depending on the zip code you live, almost the minimum will be 1,200, but it can go to 2,000, 3,000, depending on which area you live and the cost of living in that particular area. So there is a bunch of so many benefits where you can be able to go. So these are all things I process myself in my head. I haven't talked to my wife yet. So I have to convince her. These are the reasons I want to join.
To join military, yeah.
That is something she has never think on my mind. Like, go in the military, how? But that's okay. So we went to the recruiter. Here, when you join, there is just like recruiting centers. They recruit any day, every single day. So there's no special day you have to go. Every day they recruit people. What I meant, so first of all, there is officers and enlisted. In order to become an officer, you must be a US citizen first, and you must have a degree minimum. I have master's, I'm a US citizen, I'm green card holder, so I don't qualify to become an officer. But I'm allowed to go as enlisted. By being as enlisted, you must have a green card first of all. There is one program, but it's no longer there, I will explain. But you have to be a green card holder and the minimum of high school. With my master's, so instead of, so there is E1, 2, 3 up to 9. So with degree, whatever, even if, so you start a little bit E3, something like that, and going further. So the salary they give you is just like it would be like $2,000 US per month.
2,000?
2,000 per month. And you get the money for housing. So depending on where you live. So I was living in San Diego. I was getting extra 2,000, was 1,900 and something. So it's another 2,000. So that was, and that's another, the housing money is not taxed. So there is no tax.
Wow.
Yeah, it's allowance. So there is another 2,000. Then I speak another language, Swahili language, 100. So I was paid 500 extra.
Because of your Swahili?
Yes. Then you get 300, by that time it was 300 each month for food. But if you are attached to the ship, like I was in the Navy, basically, the money is part of the food, but if you are on leave or you are on shore duties, you get that money. And then there's the money for uniform, but per year they give you a certain amount. Obviously, we don't change uniform each year, so you get extra money on that one. When you deploy, there is extra money you get paid while you are on deployment. So, average, you can get 4,000 to 5,000 per month. And just that is a person, just like kind of the very good medical system you have. So those are the reasons I had to explain to my wife, and especially by the home part was the bigger thing for us. So
about the age?
The age, obviously, you have to be 18. If you are 17, you have to get permission from your parents. For the Marines, you have to be maximum 29. Army is 35. Navy 35. Air Force, they have increased it to 37. Yeah.
So I can join.
You can join. For me, when I went, I had to lose weight. So I had to lose weight. It depends, but for the women it's different because how they calculate is a little bit different. They calculate weight and all body fat percentages. So I had to train and whatever. That's how I joined. So when I joined, on the 3rd week is when I took the citizenship. They say anybody who wants to become a US citizen. Oh, we are here. So they went somewhere. They gave us the citizenship test. It's just like 100 questions. You read them. And then you go to read those questions. They ask 10 questions, civics and history. If you get 6 out of 10, you have passed. And the question might be, who is the president? Or if the president dies, who becomes the president? How many speakers of the House we have? Or if what happens on this one? What is this war? So it's just, there are a list of questions. They're going to ask 10 of those. Most of those are civics, which we know them, but there are certain things about federal we do not know, so we have to memorize those kind of things. So they said it was the 1st or 2nd week, but the 3rd week, we took the test. So we're just like 3 people in my unit. So we took the test, and then on the 6th week, we went to take the oath. So the day we took the oath, they took our green card. Then we were given the citizenship certificate. That's what citizens.
Yeah, so fast. That was so fun.
It was just 6 weeks. So Tanzania doesn't have dual citizenship. So the moment you take the citizenship of another country, from that particular day, if you want to go to your country, you have to get the visa. So if I want to go to Tanzania, I have to use the visa and I have to follow the regulations of the country, just like any other American.
What?
Yes.
Come to Kenya. In Kenya, we are good. We can be citizen here and back home.
Yeah, so that is, so all those kind of things for me, that was and here the military is a contract. So you not come here like in Africa, you just be there until you retire. It's first 4 years. If you want to add 2 or 3, 4, whatever, will be renewing the contract. So if you don't want to, you can leave wherever life continues. So that is number one. People have to understand benefits are huge. So usually I tell people, if you have the opportunity, please take the opportunity to join.
Grab the opportunity.
Because I remember 2016, before I got to this job, I applied one time, White House, 2015, whatever. I didn't get the job. 2016, I didn't apply. I received the email from White House, beginning of 2016, that they are going to recruit special people with skills, among them languages and all other things, and the veterans are given priority. Do you want it? And if you want it, they are going to expedite the process. Instead of process will take like almost a year, it will be like 4-month process to become working at the White House. Whatever. So there you can work in CIA, you can work whatever, and wherever you go in those kind of positions, you are extra. They don't say this person is immigrant. No, this person is American citizen, served with the military, and has advantage of the languages.
Yeah.
And just there is one job I got. Even if you want to become a diplomat, if you are a veteran, you get extra point. Speaking another language, you get extra point. To become a consular officer, to become whatever. And it's very simple. I'll explain that later, but it's very, I mean, you have to take the exam, you have to pass, but these kind of things, if anything comes there, take the opportunity. It helps you a lot. So usually I tell people, if you have the opportunity to join the military, please do so. It will come. So for instance, for me now, if I apply for any job, I don't even mention, oh, I was born and raised in Africa, that's why I know Swahili. I'm an American citizen, I'm a US veteran. So I speak the language, so they know this guy maybe lived there in the tour while, I don't know. So for me, I'm treated as a veteran, number one, when you go to the job market.
Yeah.
Then other things they're coming later. So
how long did you serve in the military?
For me, I served, usually my contract was 4 years. I'm a US citizen. I started processing to move from become enlisted to become intel officer. And everything is approved, but we had a certain situation we didn't know at the beginning. My wife had back-to-back miscarriages, and there are certain deployments in between, and there are other factors happening for the medical situation. So they allowed me, if I want to move, if I want to be relieved, to get out, and I'll get the honorable discharge and all the benefits as normal. So, but the only thing, there are certain things for the because I didn't finish the first 4 years, instead of getting the education benefit of 100%, I get, I think, 80%, which I don't care much.
Okay.
So, and in the military, you have the opportunity to serve as active duty or part-time, which you call the reserve. So you can choose either of the two. So for me, I was full active duty. Yeah, so if you want to, and most of the jobs, if you want to renew contract, they give you the bonus, maybe 20,000 cash, or depending on the job, you get the extra money for that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, your experience is so amazing. You have never had any trouble. You know, I can see that your experience was smooth.
Not as smooth as you think. It's just like, it's the determination which you have, and you know why. In the military, I mean, in any job, there are challenges over there. So for me, when I was choosing the branch to join, obviously, with my age, I had a fewer limitation. Obviously, at that time, Air Force was not having 37 years, was 29 or 30 years, and I was almost going to be 31, I think. So the major option I had was either Army or Navy. And for me, obviously, Army is good because you are not in the ship. but the Navy is easier than the Army. So,
really?
yeah, Navy is easy.
Wow.
Because you're not the front line.
Yeah.
So if you're not the front line, first of all, if you have a family, you are deployed. If your wife receives a call, is not worried that you're in the middle of Afghanistan.
Sure.
Most people have heavy duty. It's no joke. So they have much respect for me. But yes, Navy, unless otherwise you are Navy SEAL, you are SWIC, you are Special Forces within Navy, yes. But most of the Navy, because our job, apart from being the military, we are supporting. It's very rare your ship will be in the middle of the battleground. There is no ship to go to Iraq or Afghanistan. So whatever it happens, we deploy into the partnering countries. So you deploy to Australia. There is no war in Australia. You deploy in Japan. You deploy in Spain. You deploy in Italy. There is no war in Italy.
Yeah.
So you deploy in the countries where you're going to put the ship, where you have bilateral agreements. So yes, from there, they can fight, or you were in the ocean. And nowadays there is no, because back in the day, most of the wars, because they're fighting with European powers, it was in the ocean. But nowadays, most of the wars are ground troops war compared to the time of back in the day. So that changes the nature of the operations. Like back in the day, the Navy, yes, most of the missiles and everything is deployed from the ocean. But nowadays, these great powers, they don't fight. They don't use the ocean.
Yeah.
So it goes to the ground between developed world and the other countries around the world. That's how it is. So that changes. So the training for the Army is going even to the next level.
Wow.
Yeah. The other thing, I mean, the crazy part is you have to know how to swim, because you're in the Navy, remember.
Did you know how to swim, or you learned there?
Okay, so let me tell you something. When we talk about swimming, I don't say I knew how to swim as a swim, like what I mean by in the military standards. Yes, you can go from here and there, whatever, to a small swimming pool. You can go from pool here to there. That is not swimming. Trust me. Because even when I said I'm going to the Navy, I have a couple of months, I moved it from one apartment to apartment which has a swimming pool. And I was able to swim from one end of the pool to the end of the pool. On writings, they tell you the pool at the Great Lakes in Illinois, on the boot camp, is Olympic-sized pool. I've never been to Olympic. So the only closest thing to Olympic-sized pool is to see Michael Phelps, American gold medal winner, swim from one end to another end. That is the pool. I see the Olympic pool. But Phelps, when he's swimming, it's so fast. It's just 10 seconds. So the pool looks small. So I trained, and even I remember I paid one guy to train me a little bit. At that time, I was teaching the Navy SEALs Swahili language. So I told you, how do you swim? Because these people they're the best. I said, just first of all, you have to know how to be comfortable. If you can be able to hold your breath, it will help you a lot. So I started training. I can go under the pool, chill under the pool without breathing for a minute. I was able to do that. That is my training. So I went to boot camp. You arrive there the first day, which you don't sleep. That the first day you are not allowed to sleep. It's just the entire night you have to be up. There are so many until you get the uniform, whatever. They do on purpose. The morning starts continues. So in the morning, they took us to the pool. You're not going to swim, first of all. They're going to show you the pool because they have to do the medical test on you. So the pool, when I saw the pool, the Olympic-sized pool, I said, there is no way I will be able to swim from one end to another end. There was no way. It is a huge pool. It's a football field from one end to another end. That is the Olympic-sized pool. It's so big. Is this what they're talking about? The Olympic I see on the YouTube? That's number one. But that was not bad. The worst part was the pool I was training is 6 feet, is going down to 4 feet, whatever. That means I can stand, I can be breathing like this way. I cannot drown. That pool, the place where you are starting swimming, is 20 feet down. There is no way I can stand. That's number one. And you don't just start swimming like that. You have to jump from 25, 30 feet up, because the training is you are in the ship. You have to jump from the ship to the water. So that's the distance, that's what they created. So jumping from there and from here to down is 20, 30 feet down. There is no way I'm going to do that. That's number one. The end of the pool was 6 feet. I'm not 6 feet. I'm 5'6", 5'6". So even up to the end of the pool, if I stand, I'm still drowning. I had to say, so they say there is a kids pool to learn how to swim. So for those who want to learn how to swim, there is a pool. The pool to learn to swim, they call it kids pool for the kids, is bigger pool than the pool I was training. I said, this is what I'm joking. Like, this is the kids pool, we call it the kids pool. It's huge still, like, Obviously, I cannot drown on that one. So that was another part. So this is a bad thing about America. Like 100 people who are going to learn how to swim are all black, and white may be one guy. And all white guy there. They can be able to swim. So, I mean, for me, like, the worst part was the swimming. Yeah, because I was not, if I knew like the Olympic size, whatever, I could prepare mentally. So if you want to learn how to swim, learn professional how to swim before you go there. It will save you. Because other things for me, the training of losing weight and everything, it was tougher than when I trained myself before going there than the boot camp itself. The Navy boot camp is not too much physical, it's more mental. It's just like, for instance, they do inspection for the uniform. One person doesn't turn on the button, everybody is getting punished. And all you have to set the process again, like kind of that. So there are so many like attention to the details. You don't need to make even a single mistake. So is the kind of that. And the military in the United States, they are not going to grab like this, like in Africa, beat you. No, if they do that, they are going to be fired. But they have been trained to yell at you to the extent you can quit the military. Remember, they have special training for that.
Yeah.
They're not beating you, but they've been trained for that. So the younger people, some they quit. Because you're allowed to, if you want to go, the door is open.
They become frustrated.
But because you are matured enough, for me, it's very simple. If you go to the mindset that whatever they say, they're not talking about you. It's a script they have, it's a CD is playing. It's not you. So they'll give all these words. They will tell you the same words. Another person comes next week and but will be told the same thing. So why are you upsetting? So for one of the things, comes here, go there, doesn't bother you anything. So for instance, for me, they nicknamed me like African submarine. Because, okay, on swimming, because the Navy SEAL told me if you hold your breath enough, and obviously I didn't know that holding breath you cannot drown if you hold the breath. I didn't know the concept. So one day, so I went, because in the test you have to swim from the beginning, jump, and go up to the end. Then from the end, that's test 1. Test 2, there is a special uniform which we wear in the ship. So you have to, if like assume you have to jump from the top down, and then you have to hold your breath and like use that the uniform just for 5 minutes, like to float. There is a way you have to do. And then from there, yeah, so the one you swim that one, and then flotation, and there is another one I don't remember. So for me, one day I was able, just from I struggle a lot, swim from one at the end of the swimming pool. I was about to finish, like it's just like I can even I jump, I can touch my end. There is one stupid guy did a mistake from that place to jump, because you're not supposed to play around. Fell down into the water, so they had to come to grab him to put out, and they canceled all our results. And I was at the end, and the guy, guess after all, I'm failing you because you are not doing the right way, because you have to breathe like this way. I cannot do that. So for me, I was putting my head down for a minute. I swim like a submarine because my head is under the water. I come up, then I go down, I finish. So I have to be training to use backstroke, whatever. Now I can swim, but Yeah. So if you can be able to do that, it's good to learn out. But apart from that, the life in Africa, life itself in Africa is a boot camp by itself.
Mm.
The boot camp is simple. The other things is simple. You eat, the food is very good.
Mm.
So the other, and you are starting getting paid right away. From day one you have joined the military, you are starting getting paid as a military personnel.
Mm.
So that is a very good thing. Like, so if you can reduce the stage of swimming, because most of the black, we have that problem. Yes, running is a normal. Other things, because if they do push up, the punishment is for all. So it's not just individually. And there are maximum, you cannot be told you have to run 10 miles. There is a syllabus. Maximum is how many? They've been tested, because otherwise, what if someone collapses? So it's very easy, but the benefits in the military are huge to be able to do that. So I encourage immigrants to be able to do that, to have the, like, for me, people are usually, I show my house, right?
Yeah.
Do you know how much I paid to get into this house?
How much?
I paid for inspection $1,000. I didn't pay any single amount.
What?
So then I pay on a monthly basis, and as a loan, but I didn't pay any other side of anything.
What? You could have told me earlier. I could have joined the military.
People, you see, like, the advantages. So for me, that's why I want to move from California to here, because I didn't want to have a loan for the home, because I know I don't need to pay anything. Yeah, so this is something like, you see the advantages, how it is. And even if I decide to sell this one and I go to another place I buy, I still go to use my VA home loan benefit.
Yeah.
So that is something like, the only thing, you cannot buy the home overseas and they use a home loan, because otherwise I could buy a mansion, $300,000 or $300,000 in Dar es Salaam or Arusha. Then yeah, but you have to buy it within America.
Yes.
The only difference, kind of that. But you see, like, that is a big advantage I have.
Yes. That life is so good. I admire those people in the military.
I mean, there is the worst. I mean, it is good, but it is something which is crazy. Sometimes we didn't want to wear a uniform outside. In Africa, when you are military personnel, people fear you. But here, when you wear the uniform, everywhere you go, thank you for your service.
Yeah.
Like, so you have to watch when you wear uniform how to behave, because you are not representing just, it's not me. I'm representing entire US force.
Yes.
Like, if you are going to the airport, the first person to board in, any active duty personnel, board in. If there is first class, whatever. If you go, like, even like, there are so many free items. Like, I remember our house, the first, there are so many areas. You are military, they can give free furniture. So there are so many things as the military can be able to take advantage of. And if you are an immigrant, that job, you don't need to have any work experience in America, and you are starting with 4,000 average. That's a good way to start. And if you get out from there, you have 4 years of work experience, and you have the opportunity to get a good job because you are a veteran. Yes, it will take longer, but still the veteran card can play on your side well if you use well. Because even if you say from there, you want to become a police, I'm giving an example, or you want to work at the county, you want to work at the state level or the federal level, that helps you a lot. Yeah.
Wow. Your experience is amazing. And I know your experience, your story. Your story will inspire a lot of people.
Everything I'm saying, it is here.
You have a book on that?
My life, from Shito to Trumpland, a memoir.
Can you show us? We have not seen it. Where can we get it?
It's on Amazon.
How much?
I don't remember, but it's just less than $10, I think.
Wow.
Chapter 1, it says the decision year. So it says 3 important things happened between 1994 and 1995 in my hometown, Kigoma. They all made sense to me back then when I was just 5th grade. I was a 13-year-old boy, ambitious, determined, dedicated, into true believer of everything is possible. Fast forward 23 years later, Everything I dreamed of and planned at that moment connected today.
Wow.
So everything I'm
We
talking
need to
to
buy
you
that book.
is joining the military. Here's the picture. When I was in boot camp.
What?
I don't know if you can be able to see well. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So
How
this
big
is,
is it?
yeah. It is it's a very big challenge, but everything I do, I have to make sure that we take the opportunity to, yeah.
So, big focused, every dream is valid, and we have hope. Keep hope alive.
When you come here, don't think, yes, you might come from maybe in Kenya or Tanzania or from Ghana, whatever country you're coming from. Your entire salary was $300 per month or $200 per month. You come here, you go to work at McDonald's, you work at Walmart, you work at whatever, Amazon, you get $50 per hour, per month, you get 2,000. Don't settle. That's
Yes.
That's if you can get 2,000 per month just by putting one box to another. What if you keep going up? Let me give. I usually don't like to talk about this one. I don't want to brag much, but this is what happened.
It's not bragging. You are inspiring.
Because it's a little bit personal. But I was planning to make this video later, but Corona affected so many things. Do you know when you go to the U.S. Embassy? There are people who are American citizens who are working there. Apart from Africans, U.S. government jobs, they are into certain kind of GS scale government from 1 to 15. The maximum is 15. Apart from ambassador, who is appointed, the rest have to be on the civil service scale, which is
secret service.
Civil service is just public service, working with the government. Like if you work with the government, there is a GS, we call GS, government salary scale, kind of that. So there is 1 to 15, and each scale there is step 1, 2, whatever, but basically it's 1, 2. So if you maybe you start with a job as bachelor, you start with GS7, master's 9, PhD 11, whatever, up to go over there.
15.
So I applied one of the, I don't want to mention the agents, I applied for the government. I did the interview for the federal job at work overseas, not as a diplomat per se, but kind of related. And I got the job as GS14.
What?
The up is 15, the maximum.
What?
The salary per year, you are given the salary was $106,000 US. You don't pay for the housing. You don't pay for water. You don't pay for electricity. The kids are going to the full paid, the highest international school in that particular country. The kids will be that the maximum, the amount they'll give you $25,000 as a school fees for one child. That's the maximum they'll pay. So you can take to any school you want. Then the security at your house will be there full paid. The full furnished home, everything will be carried here. You are using the government, not this passport. You use a different passport from the government. Everything was kind of, so your salary, you are just using your salary for your personal transportation, and you're using that salary just for food. So
and did you take the job?
I got the job, I signed the contract. Then Corona is there. So I got the job since March 2020, but I cannot start because the job is overseas.
Gosh.
Africa.
Which country?
Original was possible was about Ghana, then it was Mauritius, then it was Liberia. So there was not determined, the final was not, but we are just waiting for Corona. So from that year, so after 1 year, they have to cancel the job if someone is not starting. So even if I've signed, I've do the medical for the entire family. We have signed, they've got the top secret clearance, everything's already cleared. I'm just waiting for the assignment to go.
Corona is children.
By end of February, 1 year later, you haven't started the job, so they have to cancel the position. So up to this time, wherever, so possible. So they say like if I mean, those positions are there each year. So when they start people, they'll be interviewing us again. So we have to renew the interview. But I'm just giving you an example. When you are going to apply for these jobs, for me, I'm not looking like, okay, I'm just like, okay, I'm just immigrant. No, I'm looking like, okay, how can I become an ambassador? How can I become diplomat? How can I become this great person in American government or into whatever it is? So I don't want to settle with a $2,000 job, $3,000 job.
Sure.
For instance, to become a consular, minimum education is high school. Just high school, US citizen, pass the foreign service officer test. I don't know where the book is. You have to take this test.
Montrix.
If you pass this test, and this test is not about you having a PhD, it doesn't matter. Let's get a question. Who has won NBA championship last year? So that is, you don't care if you're a PhD or whatever. So you have to know geography, history, just general, movies, whatever, Super Bowl, those kind of crazy things. You have to know everything. That's where it is.
Wow.
Of US, including paying taxes, whatever. These are the normal things. So there is a little bit of math. There is a little bit of this. So if you pass this test, then you are
good to go.
Yeah.
Wow. EPM, your story is so inspiring and enlightening. And you know what? People perish. Even the Bible says we perish because we lack information, right? We lack knowledge. Yes. And I know America is a land of opportunities, but we don't know how to get these opportunities.
Yes.
But opportunities are there.
Yeah. Just I'm gonna give you, like, if you are just a high school, you don't have criminal record, you are a US citizen, you can apply. If you pass that test, memorize the questions, whatever similar questions they come, you pass that test, then they call you for the interview. Finish. But for me, when I chose, I took this test 2 times. One time I missed like 15. Another one I missed like 10, whatever, something, not a lot. But I know the importance of like these kind of opportunities. You never know. So it's better to get ready and prepare yourself for these opportunities, and don't settle in these countries, because if you settle for these 2,000, 3,000, whatever, no. So become governor. You'll never become governor, but you'll be a better space. I mean, if you go to play for Real Madrid, Manchester, Barcelona, yes, you can go and play for Aston Villa. But if you play, you are planning to play for Machaco FC. You are going to be, So if you come to America, don't come to America, oh, I'm going there, I'll be working at Amazon, $15 per hour. Yes, it's great to start. Yes. I agree. Myself, I wash dishes. I worked in the places where I'm the only guy who knows English. The rest, they speak Spanish. You are supervised. Sign language. That's what you used to speak there. Just do like cleaning. You have to do whatever he's doing. But you know, yes, I'm getting $10 per hour, $12 per hour. But you know, this is not my job forever. That was a stepping stone. Exactly. Yes, and that is what I tell my people here. I tell them, come get this, what is readily available. Then you go up, 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 up. Exactly. Because opportunities are here. You make your choice and grab the opportunities. They are here. Yes. Yes, and thank you so much, EPM, for coming. Give us your last parting shot. So for me, a few things I want to give as my last advice to some people. Number one, yes, your dream might be to come to America. What if you cannot come? Or what, because not all the time the road is very straight. What if there is opportunity to go to Sweden first, then come to America? Or you can go to Sweden, you can, depending, each person has different desire, goals. You might go there and you might have better opportunities than coming to America. Sure. So don't confine yourself that America, only America. That's number one. That's a big mistake. Myself, I knew I'm coming to America, but I had to know what are the opportunities in Norway, what are the opportunities in Canada, what are the opportunities in Sweden, Netherlands. But for me, I was, I'm going there, then I will make a U-turn to come to this destination. That's number one. Number two, don't have just only one way to reach your goal. Because green card lottery is there. The possibility to be struck by the thunder is higher than the possibility of you winning the DV lottery.
Oh my goodness.
Is it true?
Yeah, it's the truth, sure.
People don't win, they start, oh, maybe my photo, maybe the guy who applied for me didn't do right. Don't find any reason. It's simple math.
They say, maybe I applied with my kids. Maybe next time I'll put my kids away.
Yes, yeah. So that's the problem. It's very simple. There are 10 million people applied, or 8 million people. They are going to give winners maybe 100,000. And then 55,000 will get the visa. So in the end, you didn't win because the number of applicants is higher. It's just simple math. Even even if it will be the same person, they duplicate 8 million, the same person will lose all those times. So what other ways can we be able to do that? People have to start figuring out. For me, like, education is one of the best ways.
Yes.
Again, scholarship, I know, is very difficult. People about find a way to go to Norway. Netherlands is a free education. Yes, there is no fees, but you have to pay for living expenses. You have to show that money. So if you borrow the money, show the money, whatever, if you arrive in that country, they'll put the money back in your bank, pay you, and then you can be able to sustain your life over there by working. So that would be another way people to think about. Then tourists are coming in your country. Why can't you marry one over there? There's no being Kikuyu doesn't mean you have to marry Kikuyu.
No.
Yeah. Like, you're from Mombasa 001, you have to marry another one 001. No. Like, marry someone from another tribe. Americans just assume it's another tribe. Swedish are another tribe.
Yeah.
Don't assume, oh, these people. No, it's just a tribe. For them, they don't have any. It's a country. In America, there is no tribes. It's just because for us, just assume, like, when there is people from West Virginia or whatever, but the Americans, they're all Kenyans. Those are, this is a tribe. America is a tribe. Just consider that way. Marry out of your tribe, continue with your life.
Yes.
Advantage, you are given the opportunity to become a citizen of that country.
Sure. Advantage.
So anything has advantage. But overall, but another point is to tell people, what if all those things don't work? What do you do? You need also to have a plan, and you have to continue with your goals as if nothing will ever happen, like not ever win, you never get a scholarship. So don't stuck with your life waiting next year, and you get so upset with Biden or Trump as if they're First of all, let me tell you, these people, I'm not mean, but this is the truth. If today I'm becoming American president, there are things I have to do to protect my country first. If Chinese are moving to your country and we are upset with the Chinese coming to that country, why are we upset with the Trump or even Biden to restrict people to come? People are upset, like, oh, allow these immigrants, they come to the country. Somali, they're coming to Kenya. Do Kenyans are happy with that? No. Why don't we call it Kenyan racist? This is the fact. Each country, even Rome, where is the Holy Land, whatever, Pope is there. You cannot just go without a visa in Rome. Or to Mecca, Holy Land. You cannot just go to Mecca without a visa. And now you need to have even a vaccination to go there. So things we have to be serious. Each country, even today I'm a president. I will never be, but my job number one is to protect the jobs and the right of my country. That's the number one priority. And this green card will, at one point, will go away, whether it's Republican, whether it's Democrats, because in the end, America is supposed to be first. So what if green card is not there? Oh, you don't win. Don't be upset with Biden. Don't be upset with Trump. Don't be upset with Obama. What other ways can you be able to do in your own country? If you are doing farming, do at the highest level. You have 5 chicken. Next, see how many chicken you have. If you are going to the circles, whatever you call them in your country, how are you going to contribute to circle and expand your business, build your home? Make sure that if you have kids, they have good life. Don't wait the entire 5-10 years, kids to be struggling, you are waiting for the lottery. No, life has to continue on as if nothing else is going to happen. Because otherwise you'll be stuck with the dream. The day you come to realize you're 42 years old or 45 years old, and you have home, you don't have a good job, you have been so much upset, and you come in America and you get upset. Oh, is this what I was be waiting for? Why is it so?
Because it is not easy for new people.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
these people are telling you, okay, yes, we are talking about these opportunities. Yes, but what if you don't get them?
Life has to continue.
Life has to continue. And your dreams, what are your dreams? Yes, your dream might be coming to America. Yes, myself, I say, okay, I don't know. I don't say I'm with the lucky one. But for me, yes, I knew there was a lottery I applied, but I didn't have the, what I call, the opportunity. Like, what I do with the lottery, I don't have the means to force them to give me. But when I'm going to for scholarship, I have authority. If I have good grades, I have upper second. If I can get good recommendation letter, I take the English proficiency test. So I have the control of if I can get a scholarship. I apply to 25 universities. Obviously, there is no way I can apply all these universities and don't get it, even one. There is no way. So I can have control, but the lottery don't have control of.
Yeah.
The lottery and another things. Like another thing, people say, oh, there is one guy who was from Kenya. Said, oh, I have one, but I don't have 2 years work experience. I say, what is your level of education? I didn't finish high school or whatever, something. I said, so how old are you? 25. So you want to tell me you are 25 years old, you have never worked for 2 years?
Anywhere.
Yes, I've never worked. How do you live? So if you cannot, you have never worked, you cannot, why should consular officer give you the visa? And if they deny, they say you are racist. No, we don't want to bring someone to be a loser here. We bring people, we hope that they can be able to develop our country. That's why Canada, they don't have a green card lottery. They have what they call the merit-based. Have a degree, apply online, have a degree, I know English, I know this one, I have this work experience from this country, then they can select you.
Yeah.
Which, sometimes I support that one because they know for sure when someone come there, yes, you will struggle, but the success rate is higher.
Yeah, because you have a degree.
So if you don't have a degree, it's okay. Show us you have been able to work. Show us you went to get a diploma. Show to us that you have been able to volunteer, even for free. You have volunteered somewhere to do something for your community. That this person doesn't have a degree, but this person is good. Steve Jobs dropped it from college, first year, but he went ahead with his life and did great things. Yes, there is a difference between the American life and whatever, but have you ever volunteered?
Anyway.
You're studying to become a journalist. You don't have a YouTube channel. You don't have a blog. You have never gone to volunteer at even Kenya television and asking for free. Have you ever done that? Have you come EBM? You are doing these videos. How can I be your local correspondent, just a volunteer? All these are things like you can do for free, but at the end, you are building your resume.
Yeah.
For me, apart from my normal job, other things, I'm writing books. I have 11 books, written 11 books. So even whether someone is buying, someone is not buying, if I go to the US Embassy, I'm a book author. What is your job? I'm a book author. These are my books. I got that. I'm a YouTuber. I'm doing this content. I'm editing this video. So yes, there's no trick, but the way you have been doing, you are helping other people. They know, okay, this person has something. So people have to continue with their life. And even a job you are doing, whether no matter how much salary you have, remember you are valuable. You can go even to talk to the students in high school, junior high school. Even if you didn't get A in mathematics, why you didn't get A? Tell the kids what were your mistakes, what are the things you didn't do. Those are the things we can be able to move our countries to a better situation.
Yeah. And I thank you so much for your good and wonderful advice.
Thank you so much.
Now, can you tell us where we can get you social media handles? Because you are so resourceful.
So a couple of things. Let's say with my YouTube channel, if you type EBM Scholars, that is where you're going to be able to get me. For those, especially Kenyans or Tanzanians or some people from other countries, they speak Swahili. If they go to do EBM Swahili, there is also a channel for Swahili language. Similar content, but there are extra there. But also, that's why you can see here, EBM Scholars channel is there too. But on my channel, or if you go to Instagram, you can get EBM Scholars as Instagram. Or you can go on Instagram or EBM signature, just like in my signature, as EBM is my signature. So you can be able to find me there too. On Twitter is my name, Ernest Makulilo. You can be able to get me, or just go to the Google search, write Ernest Makulilo, Ernest Boniface Makulilo. All the social medias, you'll be able to get me there.
To get them there. Wow, thank you so much, EBM, for coming.
Thank you so
I know
much.
your experience has inspired not only me, but everybody who is going to watch this video. And my people, I know they will run to your YouTube channel to subscribe there because you have a lot of information to offer. And you guys, when you go there, don't forget to say that you are coming from Shiko Hope's channel.
Exactly. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much for coming, and let us edit here.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you for coming, and until next time, bye-bye, guys. Bye.